Could you play that song for me? It's my favorite song.
Welcome to Your Journey to You, where every story we share lights the path to self-discovery and empowerment. I'm your host, Meg, your self-help sidekick, if you will. I'm an online mental health coach for actors. If you've ever felt lost in the spotlight, struggled with imposter syndrome, or wrestled with setting boundaries, this is where you'll find compassion, understanding, and strategies to reclaim your power. Dive deep with us into conversations that illuminate your journey towards healing, self-love, and unlocking your full potential. Don't miss an episode, hit subscribe, and embark on this transformative journey together. All right, so the thing that I wanted to talk about today was my free guide. It's called Unlocking Your Inner Sidekick, a guide to navigating the peaks and valleys of your creative journey. I want to start off with my story. Just when I thought I had hit that I made it moment that every actor dreams of, I was slapped in the face with utter silence. I was left feeling like this is a problem that every actor deals with, or every creative deals with in their career, is having these moments of stability and creative fulfillment just to end up back at what you feel like is the starting point where nothing's happening and you're left just like waiting for that next job. And I wanted to shed some light on this because this is something that as actors we consistently go through. I want to share some tools with you about how I handle those moments of waiting and how I transform them into action and ways to celebrate myself. I've got your back. I've got some tools to help you out today. So I want to start off by giving you some practical skills and a step-by-step formula of how to incorporate these things into your life so you can grow and become more successful in those moments of waiting and silence. So my first tip on this journey is to embrace your emotions. What does that look like to you? What does embracing your emotions feel like to you? What is your creative way of getting things out? Do you write songs? Do you journal? Do you use creative expression through painting or digital art? Any of those things and more can help you access those emotions that are stuck or that you want to stuff down. It's really important on this journey that we don't stuff our emotions down. I like to think about it this way. When you stuff emotions down, you start to get this backlog of things that you haven't felt. And over months or years, those things can add up and they just cause disarray in your body and your spirit and your mind. And so when you have that backlog, you still have to eventually work through those feelings. But they're going to come out at weird times, in weird ways, in weird moments, and in places that aren't appropriate for those feelings to come out. So what we want to do is feel those feelings in the moment so we don't get to that point where things are popping out of us at random times when we're at an audition, right after we've called our agent or whatever the situation is. So when you don't skip this step and you just embrace the emotion when you first feel it, you're free to breathe and then let it go. That's what people struggle with. They struggle with this let it go thing. And the thing about letting it go is that if you feel and you embrace those emotions in that moment, they just let go by themselves easily. They trickle away. That's the amazing part about this tip. If you just take the moment when it happens naturally, everything else will take care of itself. My next tip is to become your own sidekick. And I'm going to give you some practical steps on how to do that because everybody struggles with being their own cheerleader. Everybody's got that negative voice talking in the back of their head, telling you that you are not enough. And I'm here to tell you today that that is not true. You are uniquely valuable. You have unique talents and you're special. You're so special. This is how you become your own sidekick. It's 3 steps, really easy, but it does take some dedicated practice. But you got this. Here we go. First step is to practice self-compassion. You got to stop that cycle of self-criticism in the back of your head and tell yourself it's okay to not be okay. You've worked really hard to get to the point you're at now. Don't let you stop you. And the second tip I have for you today is to engage in honest self-reflection. Now that means confronting the hard questions because they're the gateway to growth. ask yourself if how you're feeling is actually realistic. Because sometimes we get in our head and that negative self-critic becomes louder than us. And that negative self-critic isn't always telling the truth. So I would take a moment of quiet reflection so that I could ask these questions to myself. Is my inner critic, are they telling me the truth, or are they just telling me a mental script that needs to be rewritten? And third, this one's easy. It's just to rinse and repeat. You just keep practicing self-compassion and keep asking yourself tough questions. Keep practicing self-compassion and keep answering tough questions in self-reflection. Listen, this path, this creative path that we've chosen to live our lives in is always going to have ups and downs, and that's all right. To recap, if you practice those 3 steps, that's the path to becoming your own sidekick, and you embrace your emotions as they come up. I mean, this could be as simple as you're watching a sad movie on TV and you have the urge to cry, and instead of forcing yourself to stop, you just let the tears fall. But if you practice those 3 steps and you learn to embrace your emotions, you'll be living your best life in no time. To every actor out there riding the emotional highs and lows of our craft, remember this: both the exhilaration and the quiet moments are part of your unique journey. It's normal to feel on top of the world one day and lost the next. It's what makes you human, and more importantly, it's what makes you a relatable, authentic artist. The path to success in the film and television industry is rarely a straight line. It's zigzags, pauses, and sometimes feels like it's going backwards. But every phase of this journey adds depth to your character, resilience to your spirit, and wisdom to your stories. You're not alone by feeling overwhelmed by the silence or carried away by the rush. Let's embrace both with open arms and see them as vital chapters of our story. Together, we can find balance, foster self-compassion, and build a thriving community that celebrates every part of the actor's life. Let's connect, share, and grow. Thank you for joining us for our episode of Your Journey to You. It's been great sharing this time with you, exploring the depths of what it means to truly embrace who you are and step into your power. Remember, the journey to self-discovery is ongoing, and every step you take is a move towards the life you dream of. If our story resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and continue this journey with us. And as a token of gratitude, we have a special gift waiting for you. Seriously, you're going to be very excited about this. Check out the show notes to claim it. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars and let your transformation begin.